Yes guys, and welcome back guys to a brand new video guys on my channel guys, and in today's video guys we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played. Leeds United guys, away from home at Ellen Road, and you know what, fantastic brilliant win for Manchester United, and you know what, I'm buzzing about it. 2-0 win, got the 3 points, got a clean sheet, just what we needed. I apologise that my voice will be a little bit low in this video due to the fact that it's about 2:20 here in the morning in the UK, so I apologise for that guys. Anyway guys, let's get straight to today's video. So we made 3 changes from last game against Leeds in the midweek fixture. Talking about the starting 11, so we started with De Gea, Dalot, Maguire, Shaw, Malacia, Sabitzer, Fred, Sancho, Fernandez, Rashford and Weghorst. Getting to the overall reaction now, Rashford and Garnacho strike late as Man United overcome Leeds. Yes, get in. Great result. A win is a win. We weren't convincing, but we will take it. We won ugly. It was dull for 80 minutes. It gave me Ollie Solskjaer vibes. The performance wasn't great. Huge result. We capitalised on teams that dropped points. We made it hard work for ourselves. We got lucky. We knew we would get chances, and it was all about being clinical and taking our chances. First few minutes were ominous. Leeds started with intent and had a big chance. United settled into the game. United are sitting too deep. Leeds had been dirty. They were too slow and taking too many touches at the back. United are playing it too slow. United are playing it too safe. United haven't created any chances. Bruno had a big chance, fluffed it. United are lucky Leeds didn't score. We were giving away possession too easily. We stayed patient. Second half, a slow start yet again for United. United have been sloppy. Can't get hold of the midfield. Ten Hag made substitutions. Massive chance for Dalot. Again, we were giving the ball away too easily. Too many misplaced passes. Ten Hag brings on Garnacho. Garnacho was more direct and made more runs in from behind. Rashford scores for 1-0, a moment of individual brilliance. Garnacho makes an impact and scores for 2-0, sits down the haters. Game management and decision making was vital. Most individual performances were below par. First half was poor, second half was okay. Overall, okay performance. Win done, 3 points done, and clean sheet done. Anyway guys, what did I make of the performance? Performance as a whole for me, I think it was okay performance. I think it was not great. Personally, I think it was not good enough. I think it was a disappointing performance, considering that we won the game 2-0 and got a clean sheet as well. I think you've got to look at the positives in this game though as well. I thought in terms of defending, I thought we were defended really well. I think with Leeds, they just lacked quality, and you know, they just couldn't score a goal. You just couldn't see Leeds scoring a goal, considering the fact that they were more dangerous than us for the majority of the game, and that's where United struggled, I thought. And I think United struggled in the midfield and we couldn't get hold of it. You can obviously see the difference in Casemiro and Eriksen, that they just make a massive difference to the United squad. And you know, we just could not get hold of that midfield battle with Leeds United in this one. Obviously we expected an open game. The game got stretched. It was 50-50 end to end, which we all expected. Competitive game, tight and tactical game, which we expected. But you know, the better team rose to the occasion, wanted it more, and United, you know, the quality did show in the end for United, which was brilliant, fantastic. And but yeah, I think overall it was an okay performance. I don't think it was great. We weren't convincing, we weren't promising. But you know, we won ugly, and you know, even if you perform really bad, you can still win the game, and I thought we did that really well. So I thought the players overall didn't do too bad. You know, put in a good performance. They put in a good performance in, but you know, we had to really dig deep, and we had to you know, work harder than them, and we had to. And in a big game like this as well against Leeds United, we had to turn up to this game as well. So we rose to the occasion, we wanted it more, and we got the 3 points and we got the clean sheet. And you know, buzzing, because obviously we capitalised on teams that dropped points. So it was massive, it was vital. It was such a big game in this game as well, so we had to take it seriously. We had to win this game, and you know, we need to be ready to pounce on these teams that drop points, and let's stay in the fight as long as we can do as well. So, but you know what, overall fantastic. Well, I wouldn't say fantastic, but it was an okay performance by United. Wasn't great, wasn't pretty, wasn't convincing, wasn't promising, but we'll take it. We got the 3 points, we got the clean sheet, we got the win. We won it ugly. A win is a win. We'll take it at the end of the day. But performance as a whole wasn't great. But we have to, take it on the head and take it on the chin. That it's a performance that we didn't play well in, and we're gonna have to perform better in the next game. So but yeah, getting into the game now. I thought the first half kicked off. First few minutes, Leeds, dominated us. Control dominated us. Got on the front foot, created an early chance. The player of intent, they pressed us high up the pitch. But then United just needed to really settle into the game and, grow into the game a little bit more. And then, and what I noticed right away was the fact that United were just sitting too deep in the game. And obviously by playing Maguire and Shaw, they just sat back too deep and the lines were not brought up. And you can see with Varane and Martinez, they like playing with a higher line, whereas with Maguire and Luke Shaw, they were just sat too deep in the first 20 minutes or so. So we're not on the front foot from the get-go as well, which we struggled to, get out of our blocks as well. And then obviously, Leeds have been dirty, just throwing in dirty tackles as well. Should have seen early yellow cards for sure. But United were just too slow and just taking too many touches at the back, and we're just not getting not playing the ball forward or anything like that. And then I think we're just also playing it too safe as well, and not taking any risks and not trying to be brave at all. So that's where it sort of, definitely let us down in that first half. And then obviously, Bruno had a big chance, as well, late in the first half as well, and, fluffed it. Should have took that chance, and that would have been easily 1-0 for United. But we had other chances there in the first half to definitely, put the game away, which we didn't take as well. Obviously, Bruno had probably 2 good chances, but Bruno had the best chance where it was through on goal with the keeper, and the keeper saved it. And but then I think United were lucky the fact that Leeds did not score in that first half, because Leeds were all around us, dominated us in the first half. And then yet again, but I think we were giving away possession too easily, trying to play stupid flicks, just keep it simple. But we had to stay patient as well. And then second half, we come out not great again. Slow start for United, terrible start for Manchester United yet again. We were just sloppy in the first couple of minutes as well, just giving the ball away too, just sloppy as well. And then Leeds were just coming on the front foot, created some good chances as well. And we just couldn't get hold of that midfield. You can obviously see that Casemiro and Eriksen have a massive influence in the midfield. Obviously, Sabitzer had a good performance as well. But then as soon as Ten Hag made those substitutions, which he had to make as well, and the only way we were going to get out of jail was these substitutions, and we knew that the substitutions had to make an impact in this game, and they made an impact as well. And then obviously then, Dalot had a massive chance at the crossbar. And then I thought United gained a little bit more confidence and momentum, got on the front foot a bit more as well. And then we were just giving the ball away too easily again, and, just too many misplaced passes. And then Ten Hag then brings on Garnacho, definitely changed the game, the dynamic of the game, and made more runs in from behind, and he was more direct in the play as well. And then obviously Rashford makes it 1-0, brilliant individual brilliance as well, which was fantastic. And then Garnacho makes an impact straight away, and scores for 2-0 and sits down the haters as well. So overall, 2-0 fantastic. Game was done. It was game over at 2-0. And, then the game management and the decision making was vital. And I think, some players I thought did all right. I think some of them didn't have a great game. And I thought some of the performances were below par as well. Don't think many of them had a great game. But yeah, I think first half was obviously generally poor, and then in the second half it was a little bit better, but still not great. But it was an okay performance in the second half. But all in all, It was an important win. It was a huge win for Manchester United. We had to ready to pounce on these teams that have dropped points. It's a win, it's 3 points, and it's a clean sheet as well for Manchester United. So you got to be pleased with that performance, considering we didn't play so well. But at the end of the day, we have to be ready to capitalise on teams that are going to drop points. Teams around us drop points and we get the 3 points. Let's start putting that pressure onto teams around us. It was not the performance we were looking for in the end. We won ugly, it wasn't convincing, we made it hard work for ourselves, but was the determination and resilience the key for today's victory? Yeah, of course. I think not only just the determination and the resilience, I think we had to fight as well, and it was all about who wanted it more as well. I think it was all about we had to really work harder than them, and we had to put more effort into this game as well. And it was such a big game for Manchester United to go and win this game with teams around us dropping points, and we needed to win this game, and it was a must-win game. We had to get the 3 points here. We had to really play to the referee's whistle. We had to really go for it in the last 10 minutes. First 80 minutes was just poor, and then the last 10 minutes it was high intensity, high tempo, put the pressure onto them, and it was what we wanted in the last 10 minutes as well, which we should have done in the opening half as well, which we did not do. And we had to really graft harder, dig deep. We had to really fight for it to the end as well. Typical Manchester United, get out of jail, get out of the shit, go and win the game 2-0 with a positive result, 2-0. Obviously get the win, get the 3 points and get the clean sheet as well. That's now 21 goals for Marcus Rashford in all competitions. It was a great header on Wednesday, another great header today. He's just in fine form at the minute. He's just in great form at the minute, Marcus Rashford. You can't stop him, just playing well at the minute. Scored a few headers now as well this season as well. West Ham at home as well, header there. Obviously a header midweek against Leeds. Another header again today. It's an aspect in his game that he wants to also improve on and obviously get better in. Wants to definitely develop his game of getting these crosses into not only just Marcus Rashford but also for Weghorst as well, and to obviously score more headers. It's fantastic movement, and obviously it all starts from Sabitzer as well. Great turn, obviously great switch, and Shaw gets the cross in for Rashford, heads it in for 1-0, which was brilliant from Manchester United. So we just need to keep it going, keep it chipping away. Rashford just needs to keep working hard, keep training hard. It'll pay off at the end of the day, and I think Rashford's doing that at the minute, and he's playing well, he's performing well, and we're getting the best out of Marcus Rashford at the minute. He's a top professional, he's working hard, he's grafting hard. Keep it going, Marcus. We need you in these big games. He's rising to the occasion, turning up into big games, and let's keep it going. Who was my man of the match? I don't think many of these players played well, to be honest. Thought a few of them had a good game, to be honest. I think, you got to look at De Gea. De Gea made a few crucial saves in the game. He was in it. Obviously, Dalot had a not bad game. I thought Maguire did okay. Was sloppy though. Shaw was okay, but I think when Shaw went over to the left back, he performed much better. Malacia had an alright game. I thought Fred was good. Sabitzer had a good game. I thought Bruno was alright. Sancho as well, played too bad. Went into traffic most of the time. Rashford obviously rose to the occasion. And Weghorst, invisible yet again. For me, I think this is two players. I think De Gea, there's big saves that kept us in the game. Marcus Rashford as well. I thought Fred had a good game, but I don't think he would be there for me. Rose to the occasion. At the end of the day, give this both De Gea and Marcus Rashford. Two players that kept us in the game. Also a player that pretty much got us the first goal as well. How do we beat Leicester City? We've got Leicester in our next fixture. Obviously, coming into this game against Leicester City, it's going to be a must-win, must 3 points. Can't afford to drop points here against Leicester City. Obviously, Leicester are a great side. You don't want to write them off. I think this is a game where you have to mentally go in with the right, mentality, and you have to go in with the right mindset. You have to prepare well for this game as well. I think in this game, what to expect, I think it's going to be a physical game. Yet again, I think Ten Hag's going to have to rotate the squad. You don't want to take these lightly. They're a good side now. They've won back-to-back games. They've won games comfortably in the last 2 games. I think it was 4-2 and 4-1. So we have to be aware of Leicester City. You don't want to get too complacent because they are a good side. They've been crap for the most of the season, but they've just turned it up in the last couple of games. So we're going to have to be ready for a game like this against Leicester because you don't want to back down against this Leicester side. They are going to give it everything that they've got. It's their FA Cup final. They are going to play to the referee's whistle. They're a very good side. You don't want to write them off. They're a good team. I think they're just finding their ways a bit now and, trying to get it back now. I think obviously with them dipping into the January transfer windows helped them as well. And, but I think still Leicester are still an inconsistent side. They've not been good enough all season long. I think they've just found ways to win now in the last 2 games as well, and obviously they've been fantastic in the last 2 games. So against Leicester City, I think it's going to be difficult. It's going to be tough. I think it's going to be tight and tactical. I think United need to be ready for a game like this. Leicester, they're a good team. You don't want to write them off. You don't want to underestimate them. You don't want to get too complacent, because this is a must-win. We have to win this game. We can't afford to drop points against Leicester, because they are a good side. We have to be ready for this game. We have to go to war with them. And Leicester are a good team, and they are going to rise to the occasion and give us a good game, and they are going to go to Old Trafford and give it everything that they've got. So we have to be ready for this game against Leicester City. So they're a good side, got a lot of quality all over the pitch. We have to be ready for Leicester as well. It won't be easy, it will be tough. I think it will. I think obviously James Maddison's been getting into some good pockets of play as well, and open up the spaces as well. So that's what's going to be probably going to be a handful for us as well. And obviously I do think Leicester could get us over in the midfield yet again. So I think it's all about what we do in terms of possession, and how we can use that possession, and how we can be effective with the possession as well. So it's what we do in and out of possession in this game as well against Leicester. So won't be easy, it will be tough, but what do we expect from Leicester? They are an inconsistent side. They look rejuvenated now as a team. They've won back-to-back games. They're slowly getting their confidence and momentum back now. They look different with their new signings as well. Obviously, attacking play has been outstanding. They'll be brave. They'll take risks. Maddison will look to create the space. Maddison will look to create the spaces. They concede on set pieces as well, but the front three are going to cause us problems. They've got a lot of pace as well. They'll try and capitalise on mistakes as well. They play with a lot of width as well, and they'll give it everything they've got as well. And it's their FA Cup final. They want to come to Old Trafford, and they want to try and cause the upset. So, for them to get this win, they're going to have to be at their best to beat us. And but in a game like this, and I've watched the Spurs game, I think we've got to defend properly from start to finish. We've got to defensively be organised, got to be tight and compact, defensively frustrate them, need to be ruthless, relentless, aggressive, high intensity, high tempo, play with energy, create the chances, take your chances, got to be clinical, get the crosses into the box, drag them out of position. Set pieces could come into play in a game like this as well. Need to play with width, get between the lines, got to close them down, don't let them get back in the game, don't leave any spaces open. They will show incredible team spirit, character and fight. Got to do the basics right though as well. Game management and decision making will be key in a game like this, but we've got to get tight. We've got to don't let them get a shot up, sustain attacks, do the basics, win your 50-50s, win your second balls, win your duels, win your 1v1s, get them on the back foot, keep possession. Fullbacks have got to be effective, force them to make mistakes, put them under pressure. Don't let the wingers cut back inside, don't afford to make mistakes, make them runs in from behind, don't get pulled out of position, be explosive, keep Vardy and Eden Nacho quiet. Into the goals now. First goal, Sabitzer switches the play to Shaw. Shaw holds off Somerville, puts a great cross in, and Rashford heads it in for 1-0. Second goal, Fred won possession, passed it to Weghorst. Weghorst passed it to Garnacho. Garnacho passed the ball to Fred. Fred passed the ball to Weghorst. Weghorst passed the ball to Garnacho. Garnacho runs, hits the post and goes in for 2-0. Getting into the stats now. Possession for Leeds United, it was 33%, and for Man United, it was 67%. Goals for Leeds, it was 0, and for Man United, it was 2. Total shots for Leeds, it was 16, and for Man United, it was 12. Shots on target for Leeds, it was 6, and for Man United, it was 5. Shot accuracy for Leeds United, it was 37.5%, and for Man United, it was 45.5%. Shots inside the box for Leeds, it was 13, and for Man United, it was 8. Shots outside the box for Leeds, it was 3, and for Man United, it was 3. Total passes for Leeds United, it was 251 passes. And for Man United, it was 544 passes. Pass accuracy for Leeds United, it was 67.7%. And for Man United, it was 81.6%. Getting into the substitutions now, Malacia went off for Martinez. Talk about Tyrell's performance. Put himself about and was not intimidated by the delicious atmosphere. A decent hour ahead of a likely start against Barcelona. Sancho went off for Garnacho. Talk about Jaden's performance. Created United's first chance for Bruno Fernandes on his first start in 113 days. Lasted an hour before making way for Alejandro Garnacho. Dalot went off for Wan-Bissaka. Talk about Diogo's performance. Got caught cold for Somerville's early chance and really imposed himself further up the pitch. Other than smacking the crossbar, Rashford went off for Elanga. Talk about Marcus's performance. Struggled to impose himself against Luke Ayling. Switched the flanks at one stage with Sancho, then moved up front and scored again with another fine header. We changed formation in that game. Obviously, when we made those changes, Bruno went out to the right. Weghorst was in behind. Rashford was the striker. Garnacho went as the left winger. That probably gave United a little bit more creativity in the last 10 minutes by switching it up a little bit as well, which we did as well. Next up, we've got Leicester City. Obviously, Leicester are 13th in the league as well. Leicester are hitting some good form at the minute. Won back-to-back games. Obviously, Leicester are a good side, you don't want to write them off. Obviously, they've won some good games against. Obviously, they're doing well themselves. Obviously, this is a game that's a must-win for Manchester United. We have to get the 3 points here against Leicester City. It will be tough. It will be difficult. I do expect a tight and tactical game here. I do think Leicester City will give it everything that they've got. They're coming to Old Trafford to cause an upset here. They know that they have to be at their best as well. Leicester City, they're doing all right at the minute. In some good form at a good time just before the playoffs as well. Not good for United fans, but I think we can deal with this Leicester side. I think you look at us on paper, we should win this game. We are going to probably lose out in the midfield battle here against Leicester City, so it's what we do in and out of possession. We have to be effective with the ball. Going to have to create as many chances as we can here against Leicester City. We don't want to take this game lightly because Leicester are a good side. They've got lots of quality all over the pitch. We have to be mentally going with the right game plan. We have to mentally go in the right mindset and the right mentality. It'll be a physical game as well. James Maddison's going to get into the pockets of spaces and he's going to create the spaces. He's going to try and make runs in from behind as well. Their front three want to try and cause a lot of problems for us as well. Defensively, we have to be on it from minute 1 to minute 90. We've got to stay concentrated and stay focused at all times against Leicester. The one thing that we've got to do here, we've got to defend properly. We've got to defensively frustrate them as well. I think with all 4 goals that they scored against Tottenham, what could have been easily avoidable for Tottenham, which they conceded as well. And United, we've got to defend properly as a team, as a unit as well. In a game like this, we need to be able to get on the front foot, create the chances. It's all about taking your chances. And if we can get an early goal here against Leicester City, we want to try control and dominate that game against Leicester City. We have to be ready for a game like this against Leicester City. It won't be easy, it will be difficult. I do think we'll lose out in that midfield battle. We have to come up with some good ideas. We're going to be able to create the best chances as we can do. I think maybe having Weghorst in behind could be a little bit of a slight tactical switch as well. What we could do as well in a game like this, but we're going to have to be ready for this game against Leicester City. It will be difficult, it will be tough. We have to be ready for a game like this against Leicester City, but we have to be able to be on the front foot, sustain our attacks. We have to create the chances. We're at home here. We want to try and get back to winning ways at Old Trafford as well after drawing to Leeds as well. Leicester have had 2 good wins against Aston Villa and Tottenham. We have to be ready for a game like this against Leicester City. Leicester will have plenty of energy here. United are going to have to obviously really dig deep, work hard in order to get what they deserve in a game like this as well. They'll obviously have fresher legs here as well, Leicester City. We have to be ready for a game like this. It will be difficult, it will be tough, but we have to be ready for this game from start to finish. End of the day, it's all about we have to be on top of it from minute 1 to minute 90, and we can't afford to back down in a game like this against Leicester because they are going to give it everything that they've got. They've won back-to-back games, showing some promising form at the minute, so we have to be ready mentally, physically, defensively as well. Offensively, we have to be better as well. I think if we can get that first early goal, try control, dominate that game. It's all about the game management and the decision making in a game like this against Leicester. We have to defensively frustrate them, defend properly as well. We've got to get tight. We need to get tight and compact as much as we can, frustrate them as much as we can do against Leicester, and then it's all about what we can do going forward offensively, go up and go and create those chances and score our chances. And we know offensively we are dangerous, we are a threat, and we have to make those runs in from behind and cause them problems. The more we cause them problems, they'll definitely make mistakes, and when those mistakes happen, we've got to capitalise on those mistakes, convert them into goals. But we have to play with courage, intent, conviction, and we've got to turn up to a game like this against Leicester. Obviously, it's must win and must 3 points here against Leicester. We can't afford to drop points as well. But Leicester are scoring 1.6 goals per game. Leicester are conceding 1.7 goals per game. Leicester have the 4th worst defence in the league. Leicester have won 7, drawn 3 and lost 12. They've lost to Arsenal 4-2, Southampton 2-1, Chelsea 2-1, Man United 1-0, Brighton 5-2, Tottenham 6-2, Bournemouth 2-1, Man City 1-0, Newcastle 3-0, Liverpool 2-1, Fulham 1-0, and Nottingham Forest 2-0. And this is obviously the chance to do the double on Leicester City as well. The players to look out for is Ward, Justin, Faze, Sotar, Chrysanthemum, Amate, Castagne, Barnes, Telemans, Madison, Drewsbury Hall, Mendy, Ndidi, Prayat, Vardy, Nacho, Daka, and Tete. If you guys enjoyed my video, be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the video in the next couple of days. And peace.